You need to be careful who you're willing to follow. Abraham wasn't perfect. He made mistakes, but he was always following God. And because he followed, he was an instrument that God could use. Those who follow God will earn the right to lead. Because if we leave them, then they're going to be sifted as wheat, and that's going to affect the nation that they're in charge of. The enemy is simply looking for an opportunity, and we can't give it to him. That's why it's so important for men to stay together on this journey. See, Jesus, he's still interceding on our behalf, but if we don't maintain the relationship with him and one another, we leave the door open for the one who comes to kill, steal, and destroy. See, sifting is about destroying. See, it's not enough for him to kill you. Because if he kills you and you've confessed Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you can move on to eternity. He wants to sift you before you get to that point, because now you're done. One thing Satan understands is that godly men breed godly men. And godly men strengthen the church. And Satan's main objective is to destroy the church. How does he do that? He dismantles families. Because families are the lifeblood of the church. How many of us in here grew up in church? And you grew up in church, you went to church because your mom and daddy went to church. Your kids go to church because you go to church. Their kids go to church because they go to church. Families are the lifeblood of the church. So Satan's objective is to dismantle families. How does he do that? He eliminates men from the family structure. When fathers are not present, the nation struggles. But now, this is not all on men either. You see, men have this very strong desire to be in the company of women. They have this very strong desire to seek out women and to be with them. But see, as women, you have to have a high enough opinion of yourself. You have to have enough self-esteem, enough character within yourself to understand that you control what man is going to be with you. And you can't just accept everybody. There are men out there who are not worthy of you. There are men out there who are not worthy of you. So you have to tell them, go away. You have to believe enough in yourself. You have to believe about your worthiness, that I'm worthy of more than you are offering. If you raise the level of expectation, force the man to come up. If you want to know where a man is leading you, find out who he's following. See, sacrifice is required because you have to get a whole nation up that mountain. See, that's the thing we need to realize. As an instrument of God, you won't be climbing by yourself. You're not going to make the climb alone. You got to take some other people with you. Put that picture up, please, Caleb. Can you see that good? See, when I picture the role of a man in a world that God created, this is what I see. To me, this is a picture of what God intended. He looks like a strong man. He looks like a man that's got determination. God's man is strong. God's man is determined. He's willing to persevere. He's not afraid of challenges, and his desire is upward. His focus is on God. He's responsible for a nation, and he puts that nation on his back. The woman goes willingly with her child because she can see the destination. And she may not see it herself really, but she can see it through him. She can see the destination because it's all over him. It's in his eyes. It's in every step that he takes. It's in every decision that he makes. It's in the way he loves her and loves her child. It's in the humility that he exhibits, the way he treats them. It's in the strength that will not allow him to be thrown off course. She submits. Because in my experience, it's not hard for a woman to submit to a man who's submitting to God. The really awesome thing about this is that little guy on the back, I don't know how much of this he'd be old enough to remember. But he's going to get to a place when the time comes that he'll know exactly what to do because he's seen it done. And he'll know that he can do it. And if that were a girl back there, she would know that a man that you choose needs to be climbing a mountain. He needs to be strong. He needs to be determined. He needs to be willing to put you on his back and take you wherever he needs to go. He needs to be worthy of submission. The man of God with a nation on his back. And if you look at his face, he's looking where he's going. He's not looking down at the rocks. He's not worried about stumbling because he's walking in God's confidence. And he sees where he's going. And he's determined to get there. And he's not dropping anybody off because they get heavy. He's not turning his back and saying, I'll come back and get you later. He's going to stay the course because that is the Christian man that God created us to be. This is the picture of a Christian man as God's instrument. One man, one nation under God, climbing life's mountain as one. You are the father of many nations. And you may have to strap them on your back and carry them. But you got to be willing to do that. Because that's why God created you man. If he didn't expect this from you, he would have created you woman. But he didn't. He created you man. Born man, die man. No changes in between. That's how you're created. Put the nation on your back and move as one. Give God praise for his word.